Hi gang, Jimmy D here, and in today's video, we are going to grab our rewards points by earning an achievement in a Game Pass game called Contrast, where we are working towards 100% completion, so we can get that 1000 gamer score, or that platinum trophy, or whatever you guys get in Switch and Steam. If you guys are just starting to follow along, I do offer an achievement select in the descriptions below, as well as a link to my playlist at the end of this video. And with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and start up our game. Yeah, guys, there are no collectibles in today's video other than the achievement, so you won't find any timestamps in the descriptions or in the comments. But let's go ahead and press any button to begin and resume our game from where we left off. Actually, it's not 100% where we left off, as we floated down into the balloon and then we were able to save. The save point actually puts us right next to the beginning tent of the level. But all we have to do is just head down the ramp and down the stairs. Head to the right. You guys remember the cinematic reel where we had to pick up the luminary up there? And just enter this area here, where we are going to have a little shadow puppet type entertainment. Let's talk to Dee Dee for a little cutscene.
Hey, has anyone seen the princess puppet? We can't really start the story without her.
That sounds like Daddy.
I know she's around here somewhere.
So let's head to the scene here, or the stage, and shift in.
No, she had a hat.
Oh,
sort of princess
my good
hat.
night. Yes, we did. So let's shift out.
Darn. Where did I put her?
And then pick up the hat off the top of the chest here, guys, by pressing X. Head back to the screen. Shift back in.
There she is. Once upon a time, there was a princess who lived in a castle with her father, the king. The king loved her very much because daddies loved their daughters. Unfortunately, the kingdom also had an ogre who was eating travelers because ogres do that.
Makes sense.
So the king did what kings do and promised that anyone who slew the ogre would get to marry his only daughter, the princess, and become king when he died. The king's lands were very far away, and the ogre was very large, so only one knight showed up. His name was Fred.
Good old Knight
He
Fred.
fell immediately in love with the princess. Fred was a brave knight, and he marched off the next morning, singing a brave song as loudly as he could. After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she set off into the forest to look for him.
Let's do just that.
The princess tracked Fred's footprints through a strange wilderness.
Head to
full
the right, guys.
of scary sounds and hidden dangers.
And we are going to jump over these
Chasms
two
filled
snubs here.
with razor-sharp bamboo. Fortunately,
Yeah,
she was
we
a very
do not want to fall
brave
into
princess
these
who
pits
loved
here,
adventures.
as they are filled with razor
She used
sharp
her wits
bamboo.
to get past unexpected obstacles.
Let's go ahead and get a little running jump here, guys, and jump across. And just keep heading to the right. Head up top here. And just continue. We're going to go past the windmill here, guys. And then jump on top of this blade. Up, 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 up. Don't know why I did that. Jump on top of the blade. And jump across. Keep heading to the right.
She came to a wide river filled with snapping crocodiles. She couldn't even swim.
Now, let me
So
point out.
what do you think she did?
We're going to get across this by doing it all in one continuous jump, and that will get us our achievement for today, guys. However, we cannot die when we do this. If you die, press your start button, restart from the last save if you need to, and that'll put you back at the circus tent. You'll just have to go through a little bit of what we just went through, but let's go ahead and resume. And what we're going to do is wait until this crocodile shuts his mouth. As soon as he does, jump across all 4 crocodiles in one fell swoop. Ready? Let's go. We'll wait. And shuts, jump, 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 and jump.
Should land on top of their heads.
That's right.
And boof, just like Harry. Now, we can go ahead and head to the right.
It was a magical forest where the plants seemed to know each other. She had to use magic mushrooms to get high or up.
Hi. Yes, she had to use magic mushrooms. Now, let me just head across here, guys. See these branches on the tree? We need, notice how they jiggle and then they go up. We need to press these mushrooms in a certain order. And then at the last mushroom, jump across to the branches. The order we need to jump them is, starting from the left, is number 1, then number 3, which we are standing on number 2. As soon as we jump on number 2, we are going to head to that bottom left branch that we saw. Wait for the top left branch to disappear. Our branch is going to start to jiggle, and we need to use that to give us an extra boost jump to a top right branch, and then use that to give us an extra boost to jump all the way across these spikes. So let's head back across. Wait for the mushroom to come up. 1, 3, and 2. And jump across.
Some bendy tree branches to fling herself
And jump all the way across there. Head to the right.
She came to the giant ogre's campsite.
The giant ogre is gonna stab the this stump as soon as we jump onto it. Once he does, we are gonna jump on his club, jump to the right, jump on the stump, jump to the right. He's gonna try to get us with his club. Jump to the left across. And now he's toast. And we rescue Fred.
And so the princess tricked the ogre and rescued Fred. Fred didn't feel too good about it. He really loved the princess. Fortunately, the king told him about a giant spider that he could slay in order to win the princess's hand. So Fred marched off to the lair of the giant spider, singing a brave song, a little less loudly than before. After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband.
Where the heck is Fred?
For him again.
So, let's head to the right one more time, guys.
Fred's footprints led her into
Up
a
top
dark,
and across.
creepy cavern, full of strange dripping sounds, kind of like the basement at school. Her
Across.
footsteps echoed and echoed until it sounded like someone was following her.
And
Soon she
now
came to
we have a
vast
pit of spikes.
filled with vicious, deadly spikes.
Spikes.
It was much too big to jump over, but far off, she could hear moaning. She thought it might be Fred. So what do you think she did?
I know.
What?
She used an umbrella.
What?
Like that nanny.
Exactly.
This is the Middle Ages.
Mary
She get
Poppins.
an umbrella.
I don't know, but that's what she used.
I don't think I have an umbrella.
Well, you better find one, because she used
Exactly.
Where am I supposed to get an umbrella?
shift out of shadow mode, guys. And grab the umbrella out of the chest. And then shift back in.
Oh, there we go. So, the princess bravely threw herself into the air, slowing her fall using an umbrella. Just like that nanny.
We are not going to jump, guys, but we are going to just
into the cave.
walk off the edge. Float to the right.
Deeper and deeper into the cavern.
In between, and then to the left.
Could hear Fred moaning, but maybe it was only the wind.
Then slightly to the right. A little bit more to the right. Be sure not to hit your umbrella on these spikes. Ooh, there's a spider up there. Follow it along to the left until you hit the spider web.
Finally, she landed softly.
Now, there is a
Right in a
boulder
spider's
behind the
web.
spider web, guys. We need to tap our A button to escape the spider web, but then that boulder is going to follow us. So we need to head to the right as quickly as possible. So tap your A button to get out.
Fortunately, it
And
was
keep
a
going
very
right.
old web, and she was able to break free.
Tap, tap, tap.
Unfortunately, the web was the only thing holding
Tap,
up
tap,
the
tap.
giant boulder.
And head back
Princess
at this
needed
little
to find somewhere to hide.
hook here. And now we are safe. Let's head across. And now, guys, what looks like a boulder right here is not. It's a spider. We need to head across quickly to escape the spider.
Suddenly,
To the right. Up high. Down low. Over. Over the top. Over. Over. And then left and right, guys. Finally, to the left and up top. Jump to the center ledge. Get on the top left. And get
fortunately, the princess remembered how the webs
Across.
were holding up boulders.
and do. Jump across to the left. To the little boulders fall. And continue up.
Poor spider.
Poor spider.
Finally,
Fred is
she
caught,
found
and we're going to get Fred
It
uncut
was all
by
wrapped up
tapping.
like a present for the giant spider's girlfriend. He was dreadfully embarrassed about having to be rescued again. He really loved the princess. The princess decided he was cute. Fortunately, the king told him about a dragon that he could slay in order to win the princess's hand and stop being so embarrassed. So Fred marched off to the mountaintop of the dragon, singing a brave song very quietly. After a few days, the princess got to wondering
Why are
Where the heck is Fred?
that too. But she was worried about Fred, so she went off to find him.
Head to the right, guys. This time we're going to deal with some geysers. All the way across
The
and
dragon's
jump.
mountain was cold, and the wind howled at her to turn back.
Jump across.
There were rocks
And
on
as soon
the
as you
side
see
of
the rock, head back to the
But
left.
she was very brave and nimble, just like you. She
And
wasn't going
across.
to be put off by a few deadly dangers.
We got geysers coming up we're going to deal with, guys.
Up and up she climbed. When she got cold, she
The geyser on the other side is going to send it down, jump across, and across quickly.
I love muffins.
Use this geyser here
Fred liked
to jump across. Use the second geyser to avoid the boulder. And keep heading to the right. Now we're going to deal with the dragon. As soon as we get across, it's going to tempt the dragon, guys. So we need to head back to the left.
So she taunted the dragon until it roared its fiery breath at her.
Do the same thing 2 more times, guys. Burns 1 more of Fred's ropes. Head back to the left. And Fred is finally saved.
That we're tying up Fred. And so the princess and Fred lived happily.
Of course.
Ever after. Fred never had to go on another adventure again, and they had hot buttered muffins every morning. There is another version of the story where the princess flew off on the dragon's back to have a life full of adventures, but that's for another day.
Yay! Yay, Don, you did it!
Woohoo! And now, guys, we got our progression save point, so we can go ahead and pause our game. Head back to the title. Exit the game. Turn in our rewards for the day. Plus another 8 more points. Duh. Head home. And for continued rewards, continued achievements and trophies, and continued videos, guys, you know what buttons to press. But as always, have a great day. See ya!